I am very delighted to have a quite long talk together with my friend Toby Rodes. Hello. And before we start talking, I would like to tell you a few things about Toby. He was born in 1919, a nice number actually, and is today, on the 27th of March 2012, he is 92 years old, so he has a lot of experience. I will just read you a few sentences from Wikipedia, what is written in there. Toby Rodes returned to Europe from the USA in World War II. Initially, he worked under General C. Powell in a leading position in the psychological warfare detachment of the 12th US Army Group. Then, under Lucius D. Clay, in the information control staff of the US Army in Europe, which dealt with the reconstruction of the German media. From 1950 to 1955, he was in the US diplomatic service as Chief of Public Relations for the Marshall Plan and did public relations work for the Schuman Plan, the predecessor of the European Union. At the same time, from 1953 to 1975, he was a member of the Executive Committee of the Board of Julius Klein Public Relations, known for its strategic counseling concerning the solutions of delicate international economic communication problems. And despite of his young age, Toby is also really up to date what concerns the communication techniques and the communication possibilities nowadays. He did write a book about communication, where he basically starts from the beginning of communication until the times of internet where we're in now. Toby and also me, we are still, of course, researching what is going on in the public relation and communication area, and researching also what is going on internet. Toby is still an active author and journalist. So Toby, we were checking on the 26th of March, we were checking some headlines, and Joschka Fischer said, a former high-class politician from Germany, it was never as dangerous as it is now. And he was talking about the crisis in Iran. And Obama said he was putting all his effort into diplomacy. And also the 16th of March, if you go to the White House homepage, you find an executive order of Barack Obama, and this order is called National Defense Resources Preparedness. So Toby, maybe you have this experience, maybe you can explain to us what does this order mean and how much risk is there at the moment?
Well, you know, Joschka Fischer was foreign minister of Germany, and as such he has a lot more experience than a normal German politician. Second, Obama, in his executive order, all orders from an American president are executive orders, because he is the highest executive in the country.
So this means executive, the people have to do something then?
As executive order, it is up to a certain point law.
Okay.
It is very hard for anybody in the American Parliament, in the Senate or House of Representatives, to overcome or push aside an executive order. But it is also very rare that a president feels forced to issue an executive order, because it's actually counter the system to make such a law without the chosen elected representatives.
It's somehow outside
And
from democracy.
what he did there was to strengthen, in a sense, Hillary Clinton's efforts as a foreign minister, and also to make it clear to the opposing parties, if you like, Iran, that character there who's trying to be the big shot, and the Israelis, because the right-wing Israeli are almost as bellicose as the Iranians, former Persians, are in part.
You say make it clear. Make clear what? Make clear.
Make it clear that America does not want a real war, and that America must be so strong that in a way it can prevent a real war by going in there and settling things. In other words, bombing it to hell.
So what do you think? Is there a high risk that this will happen? Or why will it happen? Or can it be stopped?
Well, the risk that something
Could
like
it be a
this,
World War III?
The risk that something like this can happen has grown, because there are now not only the right-wing, long-bearded Israelis, there are also the Iranians, there are one of the Syrian major tribes, which is fighting the others. It is boiling in Nigeria, where the Christians and the Muslims are fighting, and Nigeria is a very important supplier of oil. So all over the world, things are on the move, and some of the move are fairly revolutionary for their country, like the presidency in South Africa, like Barack Obama as a colored president for America, like his most probable future combatant in the election in November, Romney, who is a moron. Therefore, wherever you look, the British have their problem, the French have undergone and are still undergoing a psychological revolution. Sarkozy, his father was a Hungarian, and Mrs. Sarkozy had affairs with some public musicians. And she, at the last Olympics, carried the Italian flag as an Italian.
And the feeling you get now, because you experienced the pre-state of a world war already one time in your life.
Yes.
Is it a similar feeling?
No,
and I know
no,
from
no,
you,
no,
I know
no,
from you
no.
at least, you
No.
said Olympics.
Not at all, not at all. It's quite different. Because then in '39, I was 18, was convinced that Hitler was the man. Hitler was going to declare war in mid-September in Nuremberg at the Parteitag, and I did not realize that that was idiotic, that he really started on August 31st and September 1st. That was one person, and
Now it's 10.
now it is, there's one big flame, And now wherever you look, Nigeria, Sudan, Syria, well, you know what I'm...
Yes.
All